Hey, hey everybody. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? My name is Dawn Haley, and I welcome you to my Windy City Block by Block Real Estate Live show. And again, my name is Dawn Haley, and I am here to talk about just different things going on in the real estate. Well, first of all, how's everybody doing? I know probably many of you are trying to get relaxed, get dinner on the table, get the kids settled, just relax after a long day, and if you're making some time to listen to some real estate tidbits, I really appreciate it. And so, but I had some interesting things happen this week, and I always like interesting because that keeps things pretty exciting, at least in this business. And even though although we have COVID that is kind of keeping a dark cloud on buying and selling, there are still people, thank God, because I need that are still looking to buy and that are looking to sell. So that I am so appreciative of. But I had an interesting week though. To start off with, I was able to find one of my clients, and it's a very nicely rehabbed home that I was real pleased with the work that the builder put into the property. Because oftentimes I guess I got to stop using that word, but when I go into properties where I think I mentioned it in my last show where the investor has purchased and now they're putting in some work and they're getting ready to put it back on the market. And of course, they want the highest, best offer. But when you go in and look under the bones of the house, it's not all that exciting in terms of the some of the things that they do. But I was really excited about this one house that I showed my clients. So I'm happy, and hopefully we'll get that offer accepted and they can be on their way to being a homeowner. Now, I had another interesting thing happen. One of my sellers had a home inspection. And people, when you're doing your home inspections, the time to you don't that's not the time you bring in mom, dad, grandma, uncle who knows something about fixing up houses. That's just not the time you bring all those bodies into a house, especially now with COVID. And then too, the seller has the right to say, no, I only want a few people in my home. But I did, in this instance, I did not blame the buyer. I blamed the realtor because it's our job to explain to you what are the processes. And during a home inspection, you just want the buyer, you want the inspector. Well, first of all, let's say first and foremost, most importantly, if you want the inspector and the real estate agent who is working with the buyer. Those are typically the three people that you want in the house because it can become, well, if you've got so many people, which it happened in my situation, my seller had to politely ask for some of the family members to leave, and they weren't too happy. And so now you have a situation that should never had happened had the realtor just explained to the buyer the process of doing a home inspection. So moving forward, when you are looking to do your home inspection, you just want your inspector there so he can stay focused on what he needs to do. And if he needs to say anything to you, then then the focus is on the house and you and any concerns you have. And believe you me, there will be time to sit down and talk to your attorney if there are any things that came out of that home inspection. So that's just a little tidbit there. And then I happened to my eldest son, which I can share that a little bit because I'm not sharing any confidentiality. My older son and my bonus daughter, they're looking to move up. And so they are very interested in this one area that is pretty hot. And they're, as soon as houses hit the market, they go pop, pop, just like that. So It was in Indiana, and because I'm a Illinois licensed realtor, I could not be the realtor showing them that property, but I could go as mom and take a look at the property with the realtor, and so, they were looking to spend quite a bit on this house, so I was expecting to go in and say, "Oh, wow, this is really great." But that wasn't the case. Just to cut to the chase, there was, again, they're looking at the warm and fuzzy feeling. I'm looking at the structure and things of that nature, and so something sort of raised my eyebrow, and so I just said to them, "You know what? I think you need to get a structural engineer into the property so you can make sure, because the kitchen the flooring was leaning a little bit, and I was really surprised. Sometimes I find that in the basement more so than I do in the kitchen, at least the homes that I've showed to some of my clients. But anyway, the long story short is, just because you're spending a $500,000 for a piece of property does not necessarily mean that everything is copacetic. So you got to do your homework. You got to make sure that the realtor that you got working for you is not just looking at their bottom line, they're looking out for you, because in the long run, they want to make sure you're in a sound property that's going to just they're gonna just tell your friends, that person is so great, you gotta use them. Just mark my word, you'll be so happy. That's what you want. And the last thing that happened is kind of crazy. One of my listings, I had this Armor All lockbox on there, and we're living in some difficult times right now, and people can do the strangest things, but thank God they only got the box off the house and wasn't able to get in there. And so I am just so thankful that, and I'm going to keep using these Sentry locks. They're a little bit more, shall I say, secure. Not that somebody can't get one off, because somebody did, but at least I'm happy to say they did not get inside my property. So those were the interesting things that happened to me this past week. But that's all in real estate. That's one thing that's exciting about real estate is each day you never have a dull day, because no deal is exactly alike. You've got different things that happens to different people, but the key is, you want to be, as a real estate agent, you want to be as knowledgeable as you can, so that you can serve your clients to the best of your ability to serve them. Not serve yourself, but serve them. So those were the interesting things that sort of happened to me this past week. But again, I like stuff like that. It only sharpens my iron. But I'm going to keep it kind of light today. But I'm still going to add some interesting things that you can use in your toolbox. But one of the things I want to talk about is, let me make sure. Oh, looking at the wrong pad. Since we are kind of locked down right now, and it's easy to use more utilities and water than we have been, or use more expenses with our utilities, because we're home. So I thought it would be a great idea if I can give you some tips. It's like 35, but I'm not going to give you all 35. I'm just going to kind of go through some. That's interesting. That I didn't know that would help. Give you those kind of pointers. Hopefully that's all right. But anyway, one of the first things, it says 35 money saving household habits. This one got me by simply cleaning your light bulbs. That a light bulb that has a lot of dust on it will light 30% less than what it would normally do. So if you don't have anything else to do, and you're just kind of, what can I do next? Clean your light bulbs. You could save some money. The other one is, well, there's quite a few. It says keep your fridge full. Now, that can work in two ways. If you keep your full, for the purpose of lowering your costs, they're recommending that you keep your refrigerator full. But keeping a refrigerator full helps the body stay a little fuller. But hey, that's what they said. Try that. But anyway, The other thing is, they recommend that you use power strips. We've got electronics all over the place, and I don't know, like most of us, we sort of plug things into the wall, but they're recommending that you use power strips because power strips will help you shut off all of your power completely. Because based on this information here, that even if you got it plugged on and it's turned off, it's still immune, it's still pulling power. So that's another simple thing we can do. The other thing is, which is something I kind of know, but most people may not, is to keep your water heater down to 120 degrees and keep it insulated. That'll keep your water sort of, and it says here, let me, instead of me just guessing, that by keeping a jacket on your, or keeping something around your water tank will help you not waste 7 to 16% of your water in heating cost. So again, utilities are going up. They are really going up, and it's sometimes when my bill comes in, our bill comes in, I'm like, oh boy, I don't want to open it, but I do. Now, the other one, which I found odd, and then we're going to take a break. The other one that I found odd was you should wash your clothes in cold water. They're talking whites, coloreds, and coloreds we already know, but whites in cold water. It's saying that with the way that the detergent, because if you look on TV, you got all these little things that they're putting in detergent to make it more advanced. And so in this, and saving money, they're saying that you only need maybe and I think I read here, you only need about a less than, what is it? Okay, I think I turned it too fast. I turned it too fast. It says you only need about a tablespoon of detergent. I'm going to try it one time. I might try it twice, but I'm gonna have to prove. I'm gonna have to have this prove that to me. But anyway, we're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about a few more items on here, and then we're going to talk about some things that sellers can do to get their house ready when they're thinking of selling, and then buyers trying to find some deals out here. So take a moment, enjoy this little track, and we'll be right back. All right.
Thought I was losing who I call myself today. In this world of illusions, didn't dare to sing my name. That was when you came along, and I don't know where I would be or where I'll go if you weren't standing next to me. Your arms have carried me for miles. Here's where I belong. Life can be unfair, I just couldn't handle it. Still smell the bitter taste of misery and unfaith. I just need to love you like I do, 'cause I don't know where I would be or where I'll go if you weren't standing next to me. Your arms have carried me for miles. Here's where I belong. I've been running away from now and everything everything I've seen, recalling the things I won't remembering a feel I can't deny it, just wanna hide it and let it go away. But you have shown me that I can be free and face the world again. And I don't know where I would be or where I'll go if you weren't standing next to me. Your love will carry me for life, and I don't know where I would be or where I'll go if you weren't standing next to me. Your arms have carried me for miles. Here's where I belong. Here's where I belong. Here's where I belong.
All right, I am back. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Let's talk about, we're gonna kind of roll into, I said I was going to talk about some other things, but I'm just going to, in the essence of time, we're going to talk about what buyers want to find in the marketplace. I mean, obviously you want to find a great deal. And I would say that a lot of the great deals are what buyers typically don't want. And what do I mean by that? Well, there are opportunities out here that you may not want to look at because it doesn't have a brand new kitchen, it doesn't have an updated bathroom, it doesn't have a finished basement, and it just, it's got some great bones, but it just doesn't have any of that. Or you might see the word as is, and so that's an immediate turnabout and like, I don't even want to look at it. And I'm gonna tell you something, investors love you. They love you only because these are the things, or the types of homes they look for. They look for a seller who is obviously in an estate sale or probate, or unfortunately there's a foreclosure or short sale or a distress sale of some sort. And oftentimes those homes come without having that warm and fuzzy feeling, if you understand what I mean by that. And so if you're in the marketplace and you're trying to, let's say, get in at the least amount with the opportunity, because I think I mentioned that in my last show, with the opportunity that once you close on it, you will have some equity built in. What I'm seeing, what buyers are doing, they're buying it at the highest end. And that's okay if that's what you want to do, because that house is what you want. But a lot of areas is, if you're buying at the high end, that you may have to ride the wave and you end up being underwater for a short period of time. So why not find some opportunities out here? And so I'm just going to kind of talk about why, what are some of the things why you want to look for opportunities like that. And I think I might have just said it, because of the equity that you can potentially have once you close. And there's mortgage products out here that can help you achieve that purchase, as well as give you what you need in order to do some very minor things to make it more homey for you. So let's talk about the as is. Why consider as is? Well, again, like I said, you may be able to find a house that it's just minor things that need to be done. And if you can find a home, let's say that house, I think I give the example. Let's say, I'm just going to keep it a modest number. Let's say you can find a home for 120,000, but you'll see that through with the comparables, that house at when it's if it has the things that you're in there could be worth 165,000. So again, why not look at those properties? Number one, you won't have other than perhaps an investor, maybe if it doesn't give them the price points that they want. They may not be your competition either. But when you're looking at homes where it's, the house is ready, set to go, you've got more people competing with you, and then you're going to end up having to maybe pay, because that's according to the statistics, that buyers are paying a little bit more than the asking price, because there are other buyers that find that house just as appealing as you do. I am in a situation with my buyer client that, we found it, property was just on the market, and the next thing you know, there's 5 or 6 other offers coming in on the property. So, and that's because this property has been totally rehabbed. And so again, when you can find something at a, I won't say bottom price, because I won't say there's many of them out there, but at least um, modestly priced, so that you can come in there, get the financing to do the work, and then turn around and you have yourself some equity. So yes, start looking at as is. Start looking for short sales. Yeah, short sales are a little complicated because you're not just dealing with the seller. Yeah, the seller can negotiate with you and sign the contract and agree on the price that both parties agree to. But at the end of the day, the lien holder has to be the one to say, yes, I will let the property go at that. And sometimes that can take a lien holder, which happened with me personally. It took the lien holder almost 90 days to get back with us. And you've got to be ready to sit that out. And if something comes your way, depending on whether or not you can get out of it, and that you'll need to do through your attorney, you may be stuck in a situation that if you don't understand the process. So, but not to say just because you have to wait 90 days, you still don't find a great deal. You just have to, there are things that can happen having to wait 90 days. You could lock in a very low rate, and then all of a sudden, because you're waiting those 90 days, you could lose a lower interest rate. So it comes with a little bit of uncertainty with dealing with short sales, but it could be a great opportunity for you to find a very nice home that could be potentially updated, and at least you have an opportunity to hopefully get it lower than what most of the markets are going, or the homes are going for in that market. So, and then and also too, I don't want to forget, there are times where the market is a little hotter, and it takes a little bit of a little bit of break. And right now, if you're thinking about getting in the market, right now is a good time. Between December and February, it slows down, and it's a lot of reasons that it slows down, but that's typically around the time the housing market slows down. Less and less people are in the market. So depending on if you're, again, thinking of buying, you could start looking now. You might be able to beat other people out and find your house. And so, and then let's see, the other thing is, when you're looking for a deal, you've got to separate what you need and what you want. And what you need and what you want are two different things. I want a brand new kitchen. I want a brand new bathroom. I want a finished basement. I want that. But if I can deal with my need of having all of those things, but yet I can go back to what I just said, I can get the house for a decent price, then, maybe, I just want to show you an example. I have a property that I've listed and I've listed in Calumet City. Really nice house. I mean, great house in terms of structure and the care that the seller took for this particular property. You see it when you walk inside. I mean the wood floors to the trims to the wall. It's just solid, just solid. The bricks solid, but and to show you some other things. I mean, look inside. You see solid wood. And kitchen. Yeah, okay, the kitchen is dated. I would say if you put a new refrigerator in there, change the counter cabinets, and you put a new flooring, that kitchen will pop. Let's see. Next, the basement. Okay, the basement, it's not finished, but you know what? Very often do you find basements that are dry. This basement is dry as a bone, which is set for you to put in any nice things that you want. Matter of fact, I was just talking to someone. What you could do is what they're doing the basements now. They're laying down this lacquered flooring, and it really makes the basement pop until it's such time you can do something differently with it. Let's see what's next. Oh no, I didn't want to go that one yet. But what's also cool about this house? It only had one bathroom, but the biggest issue, or shall I say, one of the issues of making a second bathroom is the bathroom plumbing is already roughed in. So you could, in essence, get a contractor in there, put up some walls, and put in a jacuzzi bathtub if you want to. But I'm going a little further than that. But the point I'm making is this property has the right foundation, and I'm trying to see. I don't know if I can make that any bigger. I apologize, and I'll tell you what I'm showing you right now. I'm telling you what I'm showing you. I'm showing you basically. I'm showing you basically what properties have closed for, and I'm trying to see how I can get. Oh, I know what I need to do. I'm showing you basically what properties are closing for. I'm trying to close all this stuff out. I was basically showing you what properties have closed for in the last 6 months for a property similar to what mine is listed for, which is 129. But if it had the new kitchen, the bathroom, finished basement, those properties are going for $167,000. So I'm just trying to give you an ideal. Basically, you can really, if you find a home that that needs some cosmetic work, you could actually come out on top if you choose to do so, instead of working with or buying from a investor who already put the time and the money in there. You can get the financing that you need in order to make the home comfortable for you and still have some equity. And that's really that. I'm going to be an advocate for trying to help buyers to understand that that's a great opportunity. And I think I mentioned it. I'm going to have a loan officer on my show. I think we're scheduled to do the show. So write that down for anybody you may think may be interested in the 203K financing. I'm going to have him on my show on I believe it's the 5th of January. And he's going to come on and he's going to talk about the 203K product and how, and other products that buyers can consider if they found a property that needs a little bit of work, but has an upside potential that will have that equity, you having equity after all the dust settles. So, okay, I think I've sort of, I sort of talked enough about that. And so I just wanted to kind of share those, that opportunity that may exist for a buyer who may be interested. But and don't always let investors jump in. I'm telling you, the investors are. That's why investors like buying properties. Even in this COVID right now, they are realizing there are still some gems out here. And unfortunately, as we continue to move through this COVID, there's going to be individuals that are going to have to put their home on the market for whatever reason, and families who have lost loved ones. So, you know, it's not that you're looking to take advantage of something like that, but they're going to have to sell to someone. And so if you're in a position to do that, yes, by all means, consider those opportunities, those gems that may be lurking around in the market, so that you can at least position yourself instead of being at the top of the market and it fluctuate wherever you may be living, but you're not falling in what is called a underwater mortgage. So with that said, I'm gonna take another break. Yeah, and I hope you like this track as well. Again, I just like to loosen it up so you're not always listening to me. So we'll be right back, and when we come back, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little more about how sellers can get their home ready to sell. All right, see you back in a minute.
Every single day just stays the same. Wake up, feel that emptiness of face. Wash away the pain and put some makeup on my face. Yeah. Every single day just stays the same. I am giving all to you in vain, but I guess I had it coming, so why should I complain? Why should I ever stop? Ever stop? Why should I give you up? Give you up? And when do I see myself every day? Repeat itself, repeat itself. They say I'm out of my head, 'cause I keep telling myself one day you'll find me, and one day I'll find you, and we're off to what they call a good start. And then I wake up. Every single day just stays the same. Wake up, feel the emptiness of face. Wash away the pain and put some makeup on my face. Every single day just stays the same. I don't really care and it's a shame. I know I had it coming and I don't care to explain. Why should I ever stop? Ever stop? Why should I give you up? Give you up? And when do I see myself every day? Repeat itself, repeat itself. They say I'm out of my head, 'cause I keep telling myself one day you'll find me, and one day I'll find you, and we're off to what they call a good start. And then I wake up. One day you'll find me, and one day I'll find you, and we're off to what they call. And then I'll wake up.
Hey, I'm back. hope you enjoyed that little track. I know what I have to do just in case anybody, hey Dawn, where you getting your music from? Well, first of all, I have to make sure I have a license for it because I don't want anybody to come back and say, hey, you're playing my music and you don't have a license to do so. So I subscribe to a company or a app called Epic Sound, and that's where I get a lot of my tracks from. And they really have some good music. You just got to search it. But anyway, that's just a little plug for them. My next thing we're going to talk about is my sellers. And I know I'm talking to people as though you're my sellers, but hopefully one day you may share me with someone and say, hey, you know what? You may want to check that lady out. She seems to kind of know what she's talking about. And it's all about information. Information is power. And I think oftentimes we as real estate brokers, we get afraid to give you information, but I want you to be as smart as possible because 2 or 3 heads is better than one. You may catch something, and I'll be the first one to humble myself and say, you know what? I didn't know that, but I'm going to find that out. And it's nothing wrong with not having all the answers. You don't always have all the answers because you can't, you just can't. So to be able to, humble yourself and let your clients know, hey, I don't know that answer right now, but I promise you this, I'm just not going to tell you anything so I can just fluff that off. I'm going to go find out about it because if you're asking me, that's an important question. And I always tell my clients, there is no dumb question because if you don't know, that's a smart question. So that's just how I rock and that's how I roll. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about getting your house ready to sell. And where do you start? I have this picture. Let me see if I can bring this up. Yes. This oftentimes is when I sit down and I talk with my clients. They are scattered all over the place. It's like a lot of the information that they get is probably somebody who's shared some things. Well, you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. So my job really is to get you. Wrong one. I don't want that one. My job, let me come out of that one. I'm still trying to figure my way around, folks. So, bear with me a little bit. My job is to get you, that ladies back there. My job is to get you like that. I'm the one that should be this. Let me close the other one. Nope, not that. I should be looking like, let me close that. That's how I should be looking like. I should be looking like that person right there, but you will never know it because I try to make sure I don't have you going because that's my job. So the key is to just relax and let's sit down and talk about some simple things that you can do. Even if your property, and let me say, even if your property needs work, the best way you can display that property is to get as much stuff, personal stuff, packed away because it's nothing worse than having a buyer who can't visualize themselves, even if it needs work. It is very difficult for a buyer to visualize when you've got too much distractions going. And those distractions may be something that you don't see, but those are distractions that as your professional, I need to make that apparent to you. And so, and oftentimes, I know I keep saying that word all the time, oftentimes, when I have clients who are moving from a home that they've been living in for over 20 years, it's a process. You just can't come into a seller's home and just disqualify any of the things that are in their house because this has some sort of emotional attachment to the seller, the homeowner, that you have to oftentimes go in steps. I don't mind doing that because that's how you have to do it so that we can get to the goal, and that is getting your home ready. I have clients that I've met last year, and they've lost someone, and they're not ready to let go, but they know they have to ultimately sell. So we're taking baby steps. And a couple of my clients are getting very close now to putting their house on the market. But had I come in there and said, look, you got to get rid of that, you got to throw that out, I wouldn't say those words anyway, but I'm just using that as an example. That's just not the approach that you take. You've got, when people are moving or leaving, depending on the situation, you got to handle that with some care. But in the long run of it, you have to get your property to a point that someone can come in and they can kind of visualize themselves, or visualize doing whatever work that needs to be done. So let's see if this one will come up correctly. Nope, it's not. Yes. If that's not the issue, we just want to get your house free flowing. We want to get you, I mean, some of us have kids, some of us have four-legged friends. And so, you want to, when it comes to selling your property, you got to put in your mind, you know what? We've got to box some things and put them away, even if it means, we kind of live, kind of in a box, so to speak, not in a box, but in a box, so to speak. So, because you want your property to be, you want it to be showing as free flowing as possible. You don't want the buyer to feel like they can't look into something because you've got a whole lot of things going on in the kitchen. You got a whole lot of things going on in the bathroom. And if you got a couple of bathrooms, you probably want to just use one. Because I don't know if, like you, like me, I just don't like cleaning a whole lot of bathrooms. I mean, I do it, but when you're selling your house, you want to be ready, because you may get a call from your realtor telling you, hey, we got somebody, they want to come in. And, if you're not kind of cleaning as you go, that's how we call it, cleaning as you go, selling your house could be so overwhelming if you don't kind of plan for those things. Now, for our four-legged friends, when we have our four-legged friends, our four-legged loved ones, I'll call them, I'm not going to use that word. You get used to the smell. Basically, you get used to the smell of your dog, you get used to the smell of your cat, and that's not a issue with you. But for someone else who may not be used to animals, they may come in and then immediately smell little Rover, and that could be a turnoff. But those things can be managed. I would, as your realtor, I would kindly say to you, these are the things that you want to do to maybe to work with it and not have it so overwhelming when someone comes in. And if you got carpeting and poor little Rofer or Rover, or dogs have such interesting names. So little Rover and Kitty has made their marks. You want to get that up. You want to kind of get that up so that, because you're selling the property. So maybe the carpeting needs to come up, because you're looking to sell the property. So these are some of the sacrifices that you have to make in order to get, to get your house ready for showing. And some of us have a lot of clothes. I mean, let's see if I can get that up. I'm working with this, guy, so forgive me. I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. But anyway, thought I had it, but a lot of times when you've got a lot of clothes, I can just kind of make you visualize this. Oftentimes when you have a lot of clothes, You need to put the clothes in some kind of a storage bin and put them away, because if it's wintertime, you don't need your summertime clothes. If it's summertime, you don't need your wintertime clothes. So you want to get that closet. And I will tell you that I have seen houses where you can't even look inside the closet, but people are looking at closets. And if they see your closet is full, then they're going to be thinking, you know what, I'm not going to want this house, because just like this closet's now in and I get it, the closet. So it's little things like that that can turn your buyer away. And that is not because your closet can't hold it, but it's got a lot of stuff in there. So I would say, and sometimes managing your clothes, it can be hard because you wash every day and you live in clothes every day. So you gotta have a plan of action. My son, I know I'm putting him on blast, but he doesn't mind because he knows it. My son loves a lot of gym shoes, and my daughter, my bonus daughter, is trying to figure out, okay, what are we gonna do with all your shoes? I said, put them in a box and just he can only wear so many shoes. So put them in a box and just stick them away so that nobody has to see that, and all they can see is your closets, and get an idea of how much they can put in there. So I'm joking, but folks, this is really, when people are coming into your house, they really want to be able to feel comfortable kind of looking around. Even though with COVID, I know we shouldn't be touching a lot of things. So that's why you want to, in this period that we're in, you want to leave your doors open, your cabinets open, so that it will eliminate the agent or the buyer having to open it up. And then, you have to go, which you're going to do anyway, but, you just want to eliminate them having to touch a lot of things, because you just want to do safe things. So hopefully, let's see, I talked about the pets. Oh, and kids, we know we love getting our kids all kinds of toys. And so what if you have kids and their toys are everywhere? Here's a simple solution. You tell your kids that, we're going to put these toys in a box and separate them. And today or this week, you'll be able to play out of those toys. And you can't play with those other toys, but you can only play in these toys. And so that their bedroom can be free and flowing instead of toys being everywhere. The key is just trying to keep a lot of and I know it sounds maybe, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but the key is to try to get a lot of your personality out of the house so that a buyer can envision their personality. You're looking to put the house on the market anyway, and you're looking to sell. So having to kind of tuck things away and just make it, things that just too much of your personality. I know we like to, I want people to, no, it's not the time. You just want to, give people enough to let it be free flowing. So I think hopefully I sent that message home, and or if not, then I'll be posting all of these different little tidbits on my website. And I want to, matter of fact, I should be having it flash across the screen. I'll have it flash across the screen. Oh, there you go. Here we go. Yes, if you you can visit my website. And I tried very much to post interesting topics that can hopefully help you in your journey to buy or sell, and just information that if you don't use me, it's still information you can have as you're working with a realtor in selling or buying your home. So because look, I am of the thought I can't get everyone, and I understand that. But at the same time, I can still share. So that being said, I think we are coming very close to the end of our show. Our show, like it's somebody else sitting here with me. But I've enjoyed myself. I think I'm gonna go back to some of those other cleaning ideals that can help you, which I don't mind making homemade cleaners. Yeah, vinegar is a good homemade cleaner. I mean, this is just another ways you can save some money. Instead of getting all those cleaners that we get something for the toilet, we get something for the sink, we get something for the floors, we get something. I mean, we got different products going on, and you can sometimes eliminate all that and use one. So they're suggesting vinegar is a good product to use. Using your dishwasher versus washing. You know, I kind of know that, but I'm old school and I got an old dishwasher. So, but if you got a newer dishwasher, they say they're making these dishwashers that can clean underneath clean. So, but they're recommending to save money to use your dishwasher. Now, this one was interesting. This one says stop buying dryer sheets. And I don't get that. Give up your dryer sheet habits. About 7 to 240 loads in favor of a wool dryer ball. Now, I've not seen a wool dryer ball, but I have to, again, like I said, I'm learning stuff just as much as you guys are learning stuff. But they say that saves about $7 for 240 loads. So I don't know, but those I only use one dryer sheet for mine. Okay, but anyway, set a timer on your shower. Now you know what? I gotta put my baby boy on blast. I'm gonna have to start doing that. Yeah, they say if you got people who love to take showers, let them know that them long showers is costing some extra money. So I'm gonna have to use a timer around here myself, because water's getting high. Just but anyway, guys, let me see if I see anything else on here that you can save money on. Yes, check your home insurance. Yes, typical stuff. Just check your home insurance. If you've had a mortgage for a little while, it says if it doesn't necessarily have to be for a while. It says if your mortgage was 80% of your mortgage purchase price, 80%, they're just saying 80%, you'll be able to reduce your PMI. That is your private mortgage insurance. And here's just a little tidbit. We pay MIP and PMI. And what that is the insurance, not the insurance company. The mortgage company takes out a little insurance policy. I used to tell clients this all the time, because you're like, what is PMI? What is MIP? They take out a little insurance policy in the event, God forbid, you foreclose on the property, or you lose the property for some reason, but instead of just selling. So they take out this little insurance policy, and they have a percentage that they say if you owe 80% of your purchase price, then they will take some of that PMI off. And look, $50, that can make a difference in your mortgage payment, since, unfortunately, taxes go up every year and we cannot control that. So anywhere you can get a break, look for it, and see what your house is, what you owe on the house and what you paid for it. And if it's 80%, then you need to pick up the phone and call your insurance, your mortgage company, so they can knock that off. So anyway, I hope this has been informative. Please share, and share. And if you're looking for a realtor with some mileage behind them, and I say that because I've been doing this for 30 years, guys, I'm your realtor, or maybe I can be your realtor that you call on, or share me and tell someone about me. Hey, you know what? You might want to check this realtor out. She really seems to be genuine. And and I'm not saying that because but I'm just, hopefully that's what you get from me by hearing my show, that I genuinely care about the people that I am blessed to serve. And so that being said, folks, listen, you guys be safe out there. Continue to practice your social distancing, your mask, your 6 feet, 9 feet or better. Because I know I was at the store. I know I keep going off on these anecdotal things, but I was at the store and I'm trying to get my, some bags to get my fruit. I'm just pulling it out. And so this gentleman comes just, I mean, we were like this almost, at least I'm exaggerating, but we were close. And so I'm like, okay, sir, can you give me some space? I said it in my head, but I just kind of, he was an elderly person. So I just gave my elder, it's his respect. But I'm just saying that to say, practice your social distancing, get you some fresh air. Don't always be cooped up in a house all day and you cooped up at your job. Get some fresh air. And last but not least, eat healthy, because we can do all this and whatever, but if we're not in the best of health, because that's another side of me, not in the best of health, then if you should get sick, whatever that is, you want your body to be able to help you get better. So that being said, folks, I'm gonna end this, and I hope everybody has a great evening. And till next week. Oh, by the way, I will be doing my show next Wednesday instead of on Tuesday. So look for me on Wednesday of next week. Take care of yourself and have a safe evening. Bye.